8 months ago, we started what was supposed to be a quick makeover of the old barrel house. The plan was simple: turn this forgotten old building into a garage for our agricultural machines and a proper workshop. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. Little did we know that half of it would have to be rebuilt almost from scratch. What began as a small renovation became a much bigger project than we ever expected. But today feels like a real milestone. The final cladding is going on, the doors are being installed, and for the first time the old barrel house is starting to look finished.
Bon, bonjour Benoît, content de vous revoir.
Ça va mon filou?
Ça va très bien. Alors qu'est-ce qu'on fait aujourd'hui? On finit?
T'as vu le temps?
Oui, il est temps de finir. La chose la plus importante, la plus difficile, techniquement, c'est remplir ce trou.
Est-ce que tu l'as toujours pas fait? Ah, tu m'attendais pour faire ça? Non
ouais.
Mais tu sais que je ne suis pas maçon.
Non, je vais faire ça tout seul, mais je veux que tu vois le fait.
C'est quoi ça?
Je sais pas. C'est du ciment que tu as mis ici sans nettoyer.
Attends, je me pousse, c'est dangereux.
Oh, c'est dur. C'est incroyable, tu fais des flammes. Je te montre.
Ah oui, non mais... Attends, maintenant que j'ai trouvé l'astuce...
Tu veux faire?
Allez,
Non, je fais, t'inquiète. Ouais, mais il faut que j'ai des lunettes, je peux pas sans lunettes. Tu vas très proche de ton visage là, attention. Viens là.
Non, c'est bon.
Ça me fait peur là.
C'est toi qui as mis de l'eau?
C'est jamais disparu. J'aurais dû laisser les pierres qui t'avaient mis.
Bah, tu m'écoutes pas quand je te parle.
Ouais. Regarde, ça a déjà pris, c'est déjà mouillé.
Waouh, qu'est-ce que tu étales bien.
Bon, on prend l'autre sac. Trop, c'est trop. Magnifique, magnifique. As if there was never a hole. Look at this beauty. Ah bah on va refaire. Je pense que ça suffit. Unfortunately, it's already a bit dirty here, but that's because there is soil, there's no grass, and what we're going to do, we're going to put here gravel in the future. I just need the digger to dig out a little trench to make gravel, and then we can clean this and it will stay clean in the future. Regarde-moi ça.
Ouais, c'est beau mon fils.
C'est pas mal, non?
Oh là là là.
C'est validé?
C'est validé.
As you can see, I'm wearing a brand new jumper today. It's Gucci. Expensive like all my jumpers, but I'm worth it. And I think it complements my blue eyes wonderfully. Is this the way to go, or should I go more towards Dolce & Gabbana like last time? I would appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Mais...
Bah oui. Ça n'a rien fait, non? Ça fait rien.
Si, c'est impossible, c'est bon.
Il faut vérifier.
Et regarde, j'y crois pas.
Ouais. T'as vu?
Tu m'énerves, tu m'énerves.
Bah écoute.
C'est mon pistolet d'abord.
It looks fantastic. Look, that's a new door being built. And I'm just here to oversee the production. Isn't it going to be too heavy, Benoît, for the hinges that we just ordered?
Les pentures?
Pour les pentures.
Oh.
I'm always a bit scared that things are too heavy, but he makes fun of me. He says, no, that's stable enough. It is so beautiful. Even with Benoît in the middle, it still looks nice.
Emblème.
Tu l'aimes?
Il y a un blême, il y a un problème.
So Benno is showing us how to make sure that this is all in the right angle. So you measure from corner to corner, and if this is the same distance, it means it's perfectly square. Here is it longer, so it needs to come in a little bit.
Il faut que je remonte. Il faut que je mette exactement le même angle partout.
So it's an easy trick. You got it? It needs to be the same length. If this axis is longer, then you have to squish it a bit until both axes are again the same length. Once again, it shows that if we work hard enough, the three of us, we can reach amazing levels of craftsmanship.
Entre-toi. On soit en parallèle.
Ben was a bit grumpy. He complained I'm not helping enough today. And that's true, but I am super busy today. It's tax declaration month in France. And if you make so much money as I do, you need to make sure that your money goes to the Cayman Islands before the French tax can even track it. And that takes time. He doesn't understand that because I'm paying him very poorly. And anyway, what's wrong with delegating difficult jobs to experts? It's like when you need a new webpage, you're not going to learn to code. You're going to use Squarespace, an all-in-one platform to create an outstanding web presence, which also happens to be this week's ad. But unlike Benoit, who complains if I'm not working alongside him, Squarespace works for you with the help of a powerful AI. It guides you through every step of creating a website that matches your style and need, but it can also help you to come up with a complete new design if you feel to refresh completely your online presence. Whether that's for a personal project, a big web shop for your e-commerce business, or an easy-to-operate page to schedule appointments for your clients. And if you want to accept payments through your page, no problem. Squarespace covers this with an integrated payment tool, so you don't have to integrate a third-party tool to be able to accept all major payment systems and providers. I also highly suggest to browse their vast library of templates, which you can also use as a starting point. They are really inspiring. So if you're like me and prefer delegating difficult jobs, I highly suggest head over to squarespace.com/howtobenoit-chateau for a free trial. And if you're ready to launch, use offer code Chateau to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
This week at the Chateau, we're going to be doing a bit of a spring clean. In 2 weeks' time, we have our Patreon meetup, which we do once a year, and we get to welcome all of our wonderful patrons here to the Chateau. My plan for today is to renovate some of the garden furniture, which is looking a little bit flaky and a little bit sorry, and I haven't renovated it in a couple of years. So as you can see, we have got lots of rust and flaking paint. So this is a little table that I need to redo. We've also got a lot of rust on these little chairs. So while I am sanding all the garden furniture, I just spotted Hildegard, who has started attacking the potager because honestly, I haven't had time to touch it at all this year and it's looking very messy. So yeah, I think she's going over there to do a bit of weeding. It needs a lot of weeding. Oh my goodness. It's basically a potager of weeds. We do have some chives in amongst the weeds. I think, yeah. I think there is actually a beetroot, Hildegard.
We have to eat it.
Yeah. So maybe we can try that for lunch or dinner. What do you think, Ziggs? Are you helping? And this is my very wild herb garden. It's gone out of control. Look at the sage. The sage has gone wild. So I've just finished sanding the 4 chairs and the table, and that is some hard work. I'm going to give it a quick wash down now, get rid of any sort of dust or loose paint, And then I am going to apply I've got some anti-rust product to put on all the rusty areas. So hopefully that's going to stabilize all the rust. And then I will be ready for painting. You can see it's looking so much better already. Got rid of all that loose paint and minimized quite a lot of the rust. So I have finished sanding down all of the loose chipped paint, and this one is pretty bad to be honest, but you can see it's looking much, much better now. And now I'm going to use some of this product, which is a anti-rust. This is going to hopefully, I'm going to paint it over pretty much everything that I can see where there's some bare metal, and then leave that to dry, and then, yeah, that's just going to fix the rust. I'm going to leave my sanding, and I've gone into the coach house where I've set up a little painting atelier. Very kindly been gifted some paint from Little Green. And now that the chairs and table are all dry, the anti-rust product has dried, it is time to paint. So it may look a bit white on screen, but this is a beautiful Normandy grey, which is a green grey. It's like a very slight tint of green. I love it. So my primer is now dry and it is looking so good. I've got a few areas. Look, it's starting to look pretty clean. I mean, obviously this is just a tinted primer, but it is looking so much better already. You can see a few marks here. So now it is time for the top coat. So you can see that this colour is a little bit darker. That looks so good. It's such a beautiful, subtle green, and I think it's going to look really beautiful in the garden with some nice cushions on. And yeah, so I've just finished painting all of that first set. I've just got the bench and the other set of chairs and table to go. So really happy with the final result of the table and chair restoration. Love the colour, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's looking. So we're almost ready now to welcome our patrons in 1 week's time.
With a bit of luck, we might finish today the barrel house. Merci, merci. Yeah, I hired him for makeup and hair as well. Ludo, Antoine et Benoît helping today.
T'as vu, les mecs, ils viennent tous travailler quand il fait beau. Là,
Yeah.
quand il pleut, t'en as pas un. T'en as pas un.
Ouais.
T'as vu?
Now we need to finish the doors, and in order to finish the doors, we're gonna make these things that go in here.
Et au bout de la 10e fois, les gars, vous pensez y arriver?
Voilà. He doesn't believe I did a good measurement there, but I did. It's 2,44 und ein paar zerquetschte. Tu dis 230 plus quelques écrasés.
Quelques écrasés.
Ouais. Là c'est 250 plus un peu d'écrasé. Oh! Regarde-moi ça.
Du premier coup?
Regarde-moi ça. J'en ai marre d'être parfait, comme
Alors
disait
là,
le
vous
maître.
m'épatez, les gars. Hein.
Ah ouais.
Du premier coup.
Now we're putting the doors in place, screw them in from inside so we can apply the outer cladding onto the doors, and then we fix the doors with the hinges, and then we take the screws off. Ta-da! What do you think? We are almost finished now, and I'm extremely happy. The only thing missing are these joint cover wooden bits here. I don't know how they're called. They need to come here, but we run out of nails. So yeah, I think a very productive week. We're almost there. It looks fantastic. It looks very much as I imagined, and funny enough, it also looks like the rendering that I made, like the AI image I made to see how it could look. So yeah, I'm absolutely pleased. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and see you next week.